The device type widget is where engineering work begins. A device type describes the interface characteristics used to describe a device when a device is created using the device widget. A device type includes data point type information, driver access information, as well as directionality. Additional files imported through the device type widget define monitoring, logging, and alarming characteristics with key data points associated with your devices. Program IDs are a byproduct of the tools used by LAN device makers. They need to be managed by you when creating interfaces for BACnet and Modbus devices. Device makers sometimes support Modbus, BACnet, and LAN devices. If defining a Modbus device, you could choose either the BACnet vendor ID or the LANmark ID. The SPID calculator is part of the IZOT resource file editor. It can be used to generate PIDs. Here we see how the tool is used to generate a program ID for a rooftop unit controller. This tool can also be used to do a reverse lookup of a PID if you have a ZIF file but don't know where it came from. In the rare instance of having a device that performs the same I/O functions from a manufacturer but on different field bus types, take care not to create a duplicate program ID by setting the TT field to be unique in each case. It is important to understand that more than one device type can be based on the same interface file. This is done to support different application usage and also to support different system scales where monitoring requirements may vary. The device type widget is the primary front end to the loader service in the SmartServer. The loader service identifies the file types by inspecting metadata inside the file as well as using the extensions of the file to determine what handling is needed for the file. This handling could include decompression and copying to specific locations in the SmartServer file system, even the restarting of drivers that may be necessary when a new file is introduced, or even updating application images depending on the file type. When you load a file, these actions can take many tens of seconds to complete. The results are typically reported in banner notifications in the upper right-hand corner of the CMS. Here are a summary of some of the files that can be loaded through the device type widget. A DTP file is an archived package that includes one or more of the following device types. They are a key mechanism for reusing your work. XML resource files define user-defined NV, CP, and functional profile types. These are a special form of the IZOT resource files that have been generated by the IZOT resource file tool in a report. PNG files are graphic representations for the device as shown in the CMS. APB files can be loaded. These are the application image files that can be downloaded over the network for LAN devices. External interface files include XIF files for LAN devices, mod files for Modbus devices, and .bac files and BTM files for devices that use BACnet. DTT files are used to define type definitions. DLA files define data logging, monitoring, and alarming characteristics for data points. The Add Device Type banner icon allows users to define device types using existing loaded resources or resources that are selected to be loaded. The drop-down is used to select previously loaded assets, while the download icon is used to select resources for download that will then be assigned. You need to understand that adding a device type will typically result in a protocol engine restart that will create a 60 to 90 second delay before it is completed. Pay attention to the banner notification messages in the upper right-hand corner of the CMS. The action button on the far right of the device type widget row is used for copying device types. In this case, the copied SC100MP device type is being set for an initial application load. This is a very useful type to create for a device that's always going to be reprogrammed. The copy feature makes it easy to replicate devices for different application requirements. You can use the export feature to create package files for reuse in other projects. The file created is actually zip formatted and can be opened any application that can read zip files. You may find it necessary to change the extension to .zip if you want to add other files to the package. The SmartServer will treat files ending in zip and DTP extensions the same way. but it is best practice to use the DTP file to define device type packages so everyone knows what the file is used for. The device type widget is the center for adding and defining resources that ultimately define the devices you will integrate in your SmartServer IoT. It provides facilities to load, define, and ultimately export reusable packages to speed engineering of future systems. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching.